Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tomato Broth, and today I bring you a game that is almost inappropriately close to my heart, Teleglitch. Teleglitch is a top-down shooter survival horror that is tough as nails, and I truly mean that. Recently got updated. The menu of this used to be a lot more rough, a lot more developer looking, but yeah. Premise of the game: we have you being abandoned on a mysterious station in space, and we have these anomalies, these anomalies called teleglitches that are basically rips in space. Some sort of mutation has broke out upon the satellite station or the planetary station, and it's gone to shit, pretty much. So we're gonna try to do what Space Marines do and rush in there and give them what for. Yeah, that's the stuff. You can tell I'm not a Space Marine. Okay, empty can. So, yes, very survival horror, and you'll notice right away that the perspective is very interesting. So we have this this above perspective that we follow our player character with, and it's used very, very usefully for our advantage in hiding around corners, but also it's used in certain puzzle mechanics, and of course the difficulty of later areas of the game, and really just throughout the game, in not knowing what's around the corner like that. So here are our mutants, and we have knives, we have a pistol, our health is down here, and we can cycle through that, see, and we can, there's a crafting system in it, believe it or not, and it's actually very thorough. I haven't found everything. I actually haven't beaten this game, especially now that it's been updated, and it's pretty intense. So if you see there, there's a certain aesthetic style to the bullets, a glitch aesthetic, if you will. I'm just gonna stick to stabbing because I can't shoot when I'm talking. Potentially problematic, but we will see how that works out. Alright, lost 8 health. Not off to a good start. This is, it's a really tough as nails game. This game is no joke. I was playing it a lot, when I first bought it. How do I accept that? Oh, just click. Right. Playing it quite a bit when I first got it. Pretty obsessed with it. Only got to, like, level 5 out of, I think, 9. And then it looks like they might have reset, some of that, not, like, you know, full progress upon the update. The update that they did for this, which I believe, don't quote me on this, was back in, I want to say June? No, not June. Probably around May. And they just, you know, cleaned up the UI a bit, made it a little bit user-friendly. But yeah. Across the game, we come across these terminals, and the more and more it goes, the less I want to read it all out loud in a acted out voice for you. But I will. These blobs of black, colorful anomaly seems to be the only result of today's experiment with unlimited range teleportation. We have been investigating this phenomenon for the past 2 hours, and I think it might have profound implication for theoretical physics. The blackness seems to literally be inside-out space-time curvature and opens a range of possibility for research. My colleagues have already suggested we could weaponize it by capturing the field into super intense wave and pressure containers to be used for planetary bombardment. Oh, and if you touch it, your brain explodes. So yeah, that's the premise of that nonsense. Yeah, the great thing about this game... oh yeah, look at that map. Excuse me. The great thing about this game is that you can use that in the later levels, that it is more out in the open, that it is, kind of obstructing full pathways to your advantage. And it's really handy because, a good amount of the creatures, they're pretty dumb, like these guys that eventually come in, like 15 to the biggest horde size. I think like 30 of those bigger, large guys just rushing at you, and it's fucking terrifying. I know, I always hear the argument for, these 8-bit games, especially, of course, with the indie scene, what they're returning to, that, like, how can they be scary, But this game is fucking terrifying. There is a serious sense of scarcity. So, back to the perspective things, you see right there, if you see, there's a little bit open there. And you're like, well, what is that, just like lazy programming? No, it's a secret. I'm gonna look like a real ass if this isn't one of them. But yeah, so we're gonna place some... Oh, it isn't one of them. I do look like an ass. So, occasionally, you will have kind of dips in the kind of, or a clipping in the actual parts of the walls. And occasionally, when you blow them up, there will be a hidden passageway to a variety of things. Usually, oh nice, medkit. Medkits are invaluable. But eventually, you'll be searching for these, night and day, because in the later levels, they have some really fucking good stuff. Like, machine guns and everything. It's great. But yeah, as you see now, the Teleglitch anomaly quickly becomes a part of our, our exploration, our everyday exploration in this. So, I'm gonna pop him one, stab him, got him. Doing pretty well, excuse me. Down only 10 life, not too bad, but this game, it's the kind of survival horror that demands perfection. It really does, and that may sound unappealing to most, but it really is great. It's just fantastic. So I just got an AGL-1 grenade launcher that shoots adhesive grenades. It's not too good, but in the crafting, I'll eventually be able to use that in future crafting to make a much better launcher. Possibly combine it with different items, make an entirely new gun. Very cool crafting system, and you need it. The crafting system is actually your bread and butter, because no matter what, you're always going to get the most basic elements of what you need to craft these better weapons, even in the better crates. Okay, so you see these guys. Oh wow. Ooh, okay, all right. So you see these guys. We got a good horde on us. They're pretty dumb though. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna place one there. Ooh, that did not work. Alright. We're gonna get them together, and I'm gonna place one there. Boom. All dead. There we go. Took some damage on that one. Was a little sloppy. But it's all good. Got some shells. Hopefully we'll get a shotgun soon. Shotgun, This game takes me back to my old days playing Doom, my old days playing Quake, and shotgun is the best at 10 feet or less, and it is the best. That is simply an objective fact. There is no way around that. If you deny it, you're stupid. Well, I'm gonna let you get to know me a bit here. I don't believe in, like, bullshit OCD. Everyone thinks they have OCD. They don't. Fuck it. They don't. It's just our over-medicated society. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Regardless, I have OCD from all the years of playing Metroid for finishing maps in exploration. I just playing Metroid Prime for how many years, and then going back and playing all the classic games, I cannot leave a map unfinished. It's actually really bad. You'll actually see it on the Guacamelee gameplay I did, that I had to go back to the start of the game once I got the powers, the fighting powers, to see if I could unlock any secrets over there. So But it is what it is. We're gonna go down here, see. Anyways. Later on in the game, any sound is your enemy. Oh, nice! We got a shotgun. We're gonna move that up. Real simple. Here, let me take a drink so I'm not coughing every 5 seconds. Deer Park, ladies and gentlemen. Excellent water. Not Deer Park, it's actually just tap. Nail box. See, so now we have a good amount. We can make a nail bomb. We can make nail ammo. For later on in the game, once we get a little hardware and the computer chips, we can actually make a nail gun out of our pistol, which has less range, but since nail boxes are so plentiful, and you can't do anything with them otherwise, you can make nail ammo out of them, and it's pretty plentiful. But also, you lose that range that is quite necessary sometimes. I won't even lie. You know, you want in this game, especially later on. In this early game, you'll get up close and everything, but in the later game, you want as much distance as possible from these fucking mutants. Because it's scary. Later on, really in the next section, once I find the teleporter system, to get to the next section, we'll start finding, oh, was that a secret? Oh, that has to be a secret. Okay, we are going to try. Oh, are you kidding me? Yeah, okay. Maybe they just, nice. Oh, that is good. Got a nail bomb. Hell yeah. Alright. So, yeah, and you see it's just the fucking, the anomalies just seeping in, so even the bonus rooms have their own unique challenge. But yeah, as you progress into the into the areas, even just as soon as the next area, it's a really steep difficulty curve. The areas are always procedurally generated, so it keeps it fresh, and that's really nice about the game. But other than that, there are some definitive difficulty curves built into certain areas. Like, for instance, in the next area, which hopefully I will get to, there is always a horde of either mutants or civilians, like, you know, raged out civilians sometimes with guns themselves. Always at the beginning to help you to show the player that you're going to have to deal with a lot of mobs and a lot of crowds. So crowd control is incredibly crucial in this game, and learning how to deal with a lot of people. And as you saw with that other room I did, you know, that type of circling is very necessary. So this is the teleporter room. Boom, boom, boom. And what we're going to do here, right to teleport to the plankton farm, it's an abandoned sector, or go left to teleport to the military biology sector. Well, you may think plankton isn't too threatening, but, well, aside from SpongeBob, but it is an abandoned sector, which is going to mean more baddies. And the military biology sector may be less on baddies, but they're going to be harder baddies. And I believe in the military biology sector, the crowd, the first mob they give you of creatures are all like raged out humans, and they have guns. So I think I'm going to go to the plankton. I'm going to finish out exploring this area, just go in a couple of those places. I'll actually do the upper areas first, save you some time. I hope it's not too boring, but yeah, it's actually really important. I mean, and if you played survival horror, you fucking know this, that in the easy sections, in the easy, you know, beginning parts, take your time, explore every crevice, because when you find something valuable, like an extra clip of 9mm, it's gonna make a difference when you need an extra clip of 9mm. So, it's, you know, it's a good time exploring, too. I've heard some complaints, actually, with the aesthetic style of this. that people don't like it. People think it's actually like headache inducing. I personally, I mean, I can definitely see that. I personally love it, and just said, oh, look at this canned meat. Let's make a fucking meatloaf. I can. that would be a good crafting option. But yeah, like the gameplay aside, and what I mean is like what the aesthetic style does for the gameplay. That aside, I just love it. It's a fresh take on a top-down perspective that I really haven't seen, and that's actually what really caught my eye when I first saw this game. I believe I first saw it on Josh Mattingly's channel, Indie Static, before Indie Static was even a big news website. So shout out to Josh Mattingly. That guy is awesome, and he's tried his darndest to really be the best at what he does, and I believe Indie Static is really like the premier indie gaming news website. Let's go right to the Plankton Farm. Because I got a nail bomb. Nail bombs are fucking dangerous, but I got one. I got a shotgun. Let's do it.